And now, your Midday Ark-La-Miss news update.
Hey, good Thursday afternoon. Thanks for tuning into NBC News Daily. I'm Randy Stone with your Midday Ark-La-Miss update. Well, a Baton Rouge rapper and known gang member has been arrested following an incident at the Pecanland Mall. On Monday, officers say a male was brandishing a handgun in the mall and threatening to shoot. The incident was posted on social media. Suspect was identified as 22-year-old David Catherine. He is a known member of the Bleda gang. Monroe police detectives work through the Baton Rouge Police Department to find and arrest Catherine. Today, Catherine was taken into custody and charged with 2 counts of aggravated assault with a firearm, riot, and illegally carrying a weapon. The investigation remains ongoing. Additional arrests are expected soon. Memorial Day is Monday, a day to remember those who paid the ultimate sacrifice for our country. NBC 10's Joel Massey has more about 2 local soldiers who did just that.
Nell Calloway with the Chenault Aviation Museum in Monroe highlights an ensign in the Navy who was the first veteran from the area to be killed in World War II.
Walter Savage was from a prominent family here in Monroe, Louisiana. He had graduated from college and he was looking for something to do with his life, and he decided he'd join the Navy, and he wanted to be a part of the military, which was very honorable back then, of course, and still is. But so he joined the Navy, and he was stationed in Honolulu, Hawaii on December 7th of 1941, and he was on the USS Arizona.
Another soldier who gave all is Lieutenant Colonel Donnie Holland, whose F-15 fighter jet was shot down in Iraq during the first Gulf War.
His mother and his sister paid a visit one day, and they were standing here by this exhibit reading all the accounts, and of course they were very emotional. And I walked up to them and I said, "Is this just so difficult for y'all to visit here and to see this?" And they said, "No, you don't understand. If it were not for this museum and what you do here, nobody would know the price that he paid for his country."
Calloway says that although Memorial Day is often thought of as a somber occasion, celebration of the freedoms we enjoy because of those who died is not misplaced.
Now, when we think of Memorial Day, we think sometimes that it needs to be a day, it does need to be a day of appreciation, and it needs to be a day that certainly we remember those who paid the ultimate sacrifice. We also need to remember their families. The holidays where they weren't present for the holidays, we need to remember them and we need to thank God for them, but we also need to enjoy the life that we have.
For your Ark-La-Miss news source, I'm Joel Massey.
And now, exclusive Storm Tracker Doppler weather with meteorologist Chase Ward.
By this afternoon, we are expecting our frontal boundary to arrive out of the northwest, where we are expecting a pop-up of showers and thunderstorms, mostly across portions of southwest Arkansas, and looking like they'll probably dissipate once they start really entering the Ark-La-Miss. But we can still see a few showers and thunderstorms that can make it as far south as Camden, El Dorado, even Ruston, Monroe. Can't fully be ruled out for a few showers and thunderstorms for today, but whatever happens and falls will be relatively brief. In areas south of I-20, probably won't be seeing much of anything, especially from Winsboro down to Jonesboro. As we go into tonight, around midnight onward, clouds will still linger. Temperatures do fall to the mid-upper 60s, and then by tomorrow, we will see temperatures trend possibly a few degrees cooler, especially in parts of southeast Arkansas, where we do have some slightly northeasterly flow, but the winds will be relatively calm. And honestly, as we head into the holiday weekend, on Saturday, these winds do return back out of the south once again, and temperatures do rebound back to lower 90s for our daytime highs. And by Memorial Day, we could see an unsettled pattern through the mid part of next week. But tonight, we'll fall to upper 60s with these clouds still lingering. Then tomorrow, we'll see some sunshine. Like I said, just a degree or 2 cooler. And then as we head into early next week, by Memorial Day, expect more chance for rain, thunderstorms, and still could see some storms lingering through Tuesday and parts of Wednesday. But the good news is temperatures will start trending much cooler through the lower 80s.
And that is it for our midday update today on this Thursday. NBC News Daily continues. Go buy Max and let's buy a bag and support our veterans. God bless you.